Hello. I realize that running a practice can be challenging at times. As a consultant for hundreds and hundreds of clinics nationwide, over 1,245 states. Since 1994, I've been involved in helping doctors and educating them and trying to figure out the best way to maximize all their protocols and get the most out of their clinic. Challenging as it may be, many clinics opt to have cash patients, which is a great idea. It's always been my contention that there should be a minimum amount of cash patients in the clinic because of the services that we render. Not everything can be paid by insurance, and whether it's a federal program or a private pay program. But there are ways to close patients. When a patient comes in and you have an expensive package, be it neuropathy or regenerative medicine or decompression, whatever the case may be, there's a way to charge the patient as to what it is that you are going to give them, and there is a price. Patients are leery. They have insurance. Most of them believe that their insurance should be responsible for the payment, and therefore they're not willing to pay. Question is, how can we accommodate them? What can we do to get them to pay for a service? And there are 8 steps, things that you have to know to ensure that the patients actually pay and that they'll be taken care of and they'll understand it. Now, here are those steps. Number 1, know your program very well. You must understand the ins and outs of the program that you're selling. Let's talk about a program, let's say, for instance, neuropathy. Okay? Or if it's a treatment plan, whatever the case may be. You've got to know all the steps of that program, what it takes, the pros and the cons, and you have to have all the information about the program because the patients will pick up right from the beginning any hints that you're not sure about what you're doing. They'll look for your confidence, but they'll also look for you for guidance, and it's all up to you. So make sure you know your program very well. I would suggest that you get a small camera, put it in front of you at your office, at your home, wherever you wish, and tape yourself. Tape yourself going over the patient information and watch it 2, 3, 4 times until you're comfortable that what you're saying just flows. It appears to be absolutely natural to you. The patients will pick up on all the cues. Number 2, make sure you use graphics, use pictures, a model, something to show them pros, cons, indications, contraindications, the things that will happen before and after, anything that you'll need to make the concept work, but work for you and work for them so that they understand what they're looking at. It says that a picture can tell 1,000 words, and it will. It will give them the opportunity to understand what you're talking about. When most people speak, they don't know of the medical terminology. When you say a spine, what does that look like? To most people, they don't know. They may believe that it is this or that, but they don't know. Using graphics and pictures, the best posters that you can have, will give them a great understanding of what it is that you're doing. Here's number 3 on our list. This may sound strange, but you should have a pad and a pen so that you can write any information at any given time to explain it to them. Sometimes, even though you have the pictures in front of you, you may even have a digital board where you show the information. You might even have a video or any kinds of animation. Sometimes just a drawing with a line will make a big difference for them. And you need to have that pad. You may want to take notes just during that time. Trust me on this, it's extremely beneficial. Once you start explaining to the patient everything about their condition, and you're trying to now close the patient, the first thing that you want to make sure is that you start reiterating and emphasizing the chief complaint. This is what it's all about. So now, I told them about the condition. I'm well aware of it. I used the graphics. I made sure that I have a pad and my pen ready to show any kind of graphics that is necessary to let the patient know what I'm talking about. Now what I want to start with is making sure that the patient understands clearly what the condition is and the reason they came in. And I'll tell you why in a moment. So here would be the example. So Mrs. Johnson, you came to our office because you're having some knee problems. And you're stating, let me just reiterate it for you, just to be clear, that you have a very difficult time getting up from the couch to go to the kitchen. And you're stating emphatically that you could not play with your grandchildren because you have pain every time you bend your knees at a certain degree. Is that all correct? That you cannot drive? Is that true? Is that what you said? Reiterate to the patient exactly the part that they came in for. You must emphasize it for them because often, as you're describing your treatment protocols, as you're describing what you're going to do to them, and then you come in with a price level, they're shocked. And they say, there's no way I can pay this. But if you're able to reiterate to them the reason they came in and emphasize the need for their care, then it'll make sense. It'll understand, in their mind, they'll understand what's going on. Number 5 on our list, explain the plan at first at full price. Let's say you're going to charge $2,500, but the full price is $3,500. Start at $3,500. Give them the full price. Tell them the whole picture. Let them know that is what the plan is. That is the price. Because that very first moment, they're listening to you, they're watching you, they're analyzing the information, and they're just taking in all of that information thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay for this? This is way more than I thought. Then, this is when you go to the next part. You describe this time-limited offer that you have at this point. This is something different. You let them know now, by the way, right now we're having an offer. It's a special time, and given the current condition, we're going to give you a discount. Now the next step is to tell them what that discount of that coupon is. When you came into the office today, this special month, this week, whatever the case may be of that discount that you have, that's when you present it. We do have a discount of $2,500 which I'm going to offer to you. So instead of the $4,500, you're going to get a discount of $2,500. Everyone wants to get a good deal. Everyone is interested in getting something at times which makes sense to them. They're excited about that. Let them know that this is a deal. You're giving it to them. It will make them feel better. Every time a patient gets a deal, they walk away knowing, believing, and understanding that you were on their side and that they were pleased with that. And indeed you are. You're giving them a 10% or 20% or even perhaps a 50% discount. This is a great deal and it makes the person feel better. We also have the last step, which is reassuring the patient that you're there. They can come back for more treatment at any time they want. It's important and it's critical that the patient knows that you're going to stand behind the treatment. You can't even imagine what goes on in their mind unless you yourself have been there. But think about it. I am sure, and I'll give you a simple example, and I hope I'm not offending anyone, but say you bought a car. Imagine that the person who sold you the car, the salesman that sold you the car, says to you, anything goes wrong, whatever it is, and it's in writing. Whatever goes wrong with the car, for the next 3 years, or 100,000 miles, whichever comes first, 100% guarantee, we will take care of it. You're now reassured. So this is great, quite amazing. And you're pleased with that because you know for a fact that for the next 3 years, irrespective of what happens, regardless of the incident or the issue, they'll take care of it. And it makes you feel good. And you'll buy that extra insurance for that because it's a peace of mind. The same thing here with the patient. Let them know that at any time, for the next 3 months, 6 months, or perhaps a year, they could come in and because they paid you for that treatment, that you're more than willing to either check out the condition, reinvest in whatever treatment is necessary. Just let them know that they can come back to you. This is again when you close by saying, this is about you. You have to let them know this is about you. This is about your condition. I just want to make sure that you're able to get up from the couch without too much pain. That when you're walking around in your house, you're not crying. That when you go and pick up your grandchildren, you'll be able to play with them. That you should be able to get in your car and drive safely without too much pain. This isn't the cure. This isn't going to take care of everything and from now on you'll be healed forever. This is temporary, but it might last a year, 2, 3. Get your relief and you'll be able to resume most of your activities. This is an opportunity for you to have a good life. And we look forward to helping you more for many other conditions. Let the patient know that what you're offering is backed by integrity, honesty, and kindness. And you do your best to help them live a good life. I hope this is beneficial for you. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you enjoy all the information that I've provided for you. Hundreds of our doctors benefit from that and have become very successful, managing, growing, and literally running on a daily basis great cash clinics. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best in whatever you do.